It's time for us to think health-wise. Today, the topic is cracking the shell of modern medicine, questioning the questioning the norms of medicine today. Now, begin with a quote from Tolstoy, Leo. Though the doctors treated him, let his blood, and gave him medications to drink, he nevertheless recovered. It's closely similar to what the writer of the book Toxemia says. He says the toxemia will take its course, howsoever much medications or the procedures you do, until when the cause is removed. So today, questioning the norms of modern medicine. Well, many of us, as we purpose to become doctors, nurses, or engage in any other medical field, we are inspired by the lives of many who are suffering, and we feel like we can have or we can do a change upon their lives to ease their suffering. We are zealous, ready to impact the world. But as soon as we finish our campus, as soon as we finish our education, we are caught up amidst a system where there are regulations on how you do it, where there are ways on how it is done. Thinking is yielded into systems, and we cannot think out of the box. Well, this has made many ways and many brains to chill out because we are into a one-way system. So the end is, hardly do we know that our original goal is not fulfilled. Actually, we are hidden behind the protection of the rules of the system. So Ken Berry writes and says, you can lead a doctor to knowledge, but you can't make him think. Pause for a moment. You can lead your doctor to a knowledge, but you may not make him think. Today, we are seeing a change in the doctors. Actually, many doctors encourage their patients to lose weight, do exercise, do all those things for a better life. But the opposite is in their lives. Sometimes those who are encouraging people to lose weight are obese too. We leave campus when we are slim, slender, ready to work individuals. A few years into the profession, and we have a body that is out of shape, obese. Why have we had a taste of our own faults and we have not realized it as doctors? So, several things that I want us to put at the back of the mind as we begin this journey. Number one, you have one life. You, the patient, and all humans, we have one life. This is the life in which we can do all things, and keeping it is the best thing we can do for ourselves. Your doctor is human. That means that he doesn't know anything. He doesn't know everything. Sometimes he has no answers for it, and he forgets also. Put that at the back of your mind. Then, the doctor-patient relationship should be a partnership. Don't be one-sided. It should be a partnership, working together. Hardly does it happen today, because today, a few descriptions of what is paining you, and the doctor scrolls into the computer, then he says, you have this disease, get this medicine. That's not a partnership. Research studies don't tell the whole story. Sometimes we are based. Research does this. Research, there is a lot of untold stories behind the research we cherish a lot, and no one can keep up with the whole research. Sometimes we have quotes from papers of 19th, that's where someone is best to diagnose. The present research is not put into consideration. And in its time, we are called to the reality of life. It seems the trend or the path of medical field is one that is destined to crash. If you doubt this, just trace 6 years ago in the periods of COVID-19, how the medical system was exposed. We had trusted in it, but it was exposed with all its flaws and weaknesses. COVID shook the entire world, and people were called to pause, think, and contemplate upon an alternative. Could it be that the system has crashed? Proverbs 14 verse 6 says, A scorner seeketh wisdom, and findeth it not. But knowledge is easy unto him that understandeth. Knowledge is easy unto him that understandeth. Today, Hosea 4 verse 6 says, My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children. So people are perished because of lack of knowledge, but it pains because they have lacked knowledge, not because it's not there, but because they have rejected it. And in rejecting it, they reject also to obey the law of God. God has God has rejected them because they rejected obeying his law. They rejected knowledge. That's why he has rejected them too. So to seek knowledge is the best thing you can do for yourself. And knowledge cries out in the streets. Knowledge cries out, waiting for thee to pick it up. But we have not given a damn. People hardly seek for knowledge because it comes at a cost of self-denial, commitment, and patience. So, you see, Abraham Maslow said, I suppose it is tempting if the only tool you have is a hammer to treat everything as if it were a nail. That's true. If you give a carpenter a hammer, anything they see, they will just hammer it down or hammer it out. If you give them a bow saw, they'll just cut everything and anything because that is the tool they have. Likewise, today, we are trained in a way that we have almost only one tool, and anything we see, we use that tool for it. I'll give an example. If you are a diabetic and you go to a pharmacist, the best thing he can give you is medicine because that's the tool he has, drugs. He can give you drugs that can put your diabetes down, insulin, all that, because the tool he has is drugs. And when you go to a surgeon, he may say, well, laparoscopy will work for you. Let's cut out that fat because he has the tool of surgery. Being a surgeon, the tool he majors in is surgery. So anything he sees is surgery. Then when you go to a physiotherapist, he may say we can exercise that out and cut the excess body fat because the tool he has is exercise. You get my point? So now that is the trend we are working in, where the tool used is one for all, medically and health wise. We don't have one size fits all regimen. That's why I told you the doctor and the patient relationship should be a partnership, navigating around many ways to combat and overcome a problem, not doing harm to the patient. So, the first prescription to true healing is time. Leo Tolstoy says, patience and time is the greatest tool that we have. Patience and time. So time, which many people are not ready to invest in because you want quick healing, quick life. That's why you end up losing the battle of life. Shortcuts always become long in the long run, and we are told, here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. So patience cannot be taken away from true healing, both of mind, body, and soul. If we take out patience, we will go for quick results, and we know shortcuts always become long. Many of the times, even this we realize, the many may stand in the wrong, if not all the times. In Noah's days, only 8 were not wrong, the rest of the world was wrong. Lot's time, only 3 survived from Sodom and Gomorrah. The many were in the wrong. Abraham in Ur, he was alone among the many who were living in Ur. Joseph and the brothers, all the entire family was wrong. He was the truthful one. He was the true one. And they persecuted him on top of that. Sometimes we persecute the truth, especially even as regards to health. Daniel in Babylon, there were only 4 who were right. And for the next 3 years, they showed their truthfulness. Even come to the worship of the image. 3 Hebrew boys survived. All the entire Babylon bowed before the image. Jesus and the scribes, the Pharisees and the Sadducees, there were many, but he was the only one true to the truth. So, Revelation chapter 12, verse 17 tells us, and the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus Christ. So still, even at the end, there is a remnant that shall be following the truth, even the truth as regards to medicine. There is a remnant, but they are known by keeping the commandments of God. That is very key. As far as health is concerned, we shall dive deeper about that magnificent point. So even if everyone is doing it, wrong is never right. And even if no one is doing it, the truth will always remain the truth. Look at this. Jesus Christ at the cross was rejected by the entire world. He remained the truth, the way, and the life. And only one thief remembered that he is Lord, even in his weakness. So everyone, even if they are doing a wrong thing, it will never become right. And even if everyone is not doing the right thing, it remains the truth. So we are tuned to think when something sounds true, we often start believing it is true. A lie keeps echoing through society even after it has been proven false. If something is less bad, then it must be good. We are at that point. Mindless repetition of a lie makes people believe it. These are things that run in the society. People just repeat a lie and people believe a lie. And to take away that lie, it takes more than a heart to take away that lie. So, for example, there was a research that was done proving that cigarettes which are not filtered are more dangerous than cigarettes which are filtered. By virtue of that, that puts cigarette in 2 categories and it makes people desire one. So which is less bad and which one is more good? Drinking filtered cigarettes? Is it more good? Or taking unfiltered cigarettes makes them more bad? The point is, cigarette is bad, whether filtered or not filtered. But if you categorize into filtered and unfiltered, you end up saying that filtered cigarettes are good, which is not true deduction Actually, because of that, we see excesses of smoking under the deception of filtered. Which one is less bad and which one is more good? Whole wheat flour or refined flour? Whole grain wheat as harvested or whole grain wheat after harvesting? Which one is less bad and which one is more good? Yeah, we shall put all those in a check as we study through. I want us to pause and ponder upon these questions. Number one, eating fat will make you have high cholesterol, obesity, and heart disease. Have we been deceived there? Drinking milk is good for you, and perhaps you have strong bones. Does milk contribute to strong bones? Matter of fact, today, the number one countries that lead in osteoporosis are the ones that produce the highest amount of milk in the whole world. Talk about the US, talk about Denmark. They are the number one leaders in milk production, and they are the number one leaders in osteoporosis. Why are their bones weak, yet they take a lot of milk? All right. High cholesterol levels in blood are dangerous and increase heart attack chances. Where is the truth? Wheat is healthy for food for you, good and good for everybody. We need to think about it again. What is wheat? How do we get here about wheat? The food pyramid by USDA offers the healthiest way of food choices. So when the USDA approves the food pyramid, it becomes a healthy norm for everybody. But ever since they approved the food pyramid in the 1970s, we see an abnormal rise in cases of diabetes, cancer, and many chronic diseases. All you need to lose is weight. To lose weight is exercise. Is that true? Exercise alone is sufficient? Shall check all this. People above 50 should be given statin drugs. That is statin drugs. Should it anyway? Like Lipitor. What are its effects? And how do we come to that point where everyone above 50 should be given statin drugs? Every woman with hot flashes needs only estrogen, especially the one is in menopause. What's the truth behind all these checks? The children should start eating at 6 months. This is a big error that we do today. And cholesterol is the cause of artery blockages. Counting calories is good to fight obesity. Well, we shall check the truthful of the matter as we study. Fasting is for spiritual life only, and you die if you fast for 3+ days. Where is the truth? How can we negotiate and navigate through these lies that move around? Ulcers are not a lifestyle disease. They are caused by bacteria. We have heard that so many times. Drugs and tablets are the official way of life. Some people have termed them a necessary evil, which we cannot live without. Can we survive without drugs? Anyway, eating small 6 meals a day is ideal for diabetes, weight loss, and ulcers. What's the point in that? And how dangerous it is? Those are norms that we have been maybe used to, yet they are very dangerous to us. Exposure to the sun causes skin cancer. Today, even many white man's countries, they hate the sun. They fear the sun because they think it will cause skin cancer to them. Breast milk does not contain all the nutrients a child needs. That's why you need to supplement with cow's milk and many things. What is the truth in this matter? Benjamin Rush writes and says, unless we put medical freedom into the Constitution, the time will come when medicine will organize into an undercover dictatorship to restrict the art of healing to one class of men and deny equal privileges to others. The Constitution of the Republic should make a special privilege for medical freedoms as well as religious freedom. I believe this man was in a prophetical in a prophetical office here as far as medicine was concerned, because today that's what has happened exactly. The art of healing has been reduced down to a small class of men under an umbrella of medical dictatorship practicing healing. If you're not under that umbrella, you may suffer the consequences. But as we come to that point, disease has become the order of society. The Bible says, is there no balm in Gilead? Is there no physician there? Why then has not the health of the daughter of my people been restored? Why hasn't it been restored? People are sick. Sickness continues to lay havoc on many people. Yet we have improved medical systems. Why is it that there is something we have forgotten? Go up in Gilead and take balm, O virgin, the daughter of Egypt. In vain shalt thou use many medicines, for thou shalt not be cured. In vain. Why is that so? Why is it like that? We'll see as we study. Please just subscribe to the channel and we shall be digging deeper through these questions. Praise be to God as we meet again in the next one. Amen.